We go for the bull.
426.
Yeah, lovely use of the board there for Edhouse. 25 would have got him to 170. You'll get a look at the 145, and it's something we saw taken out earlier on today. Scott Williams produced this one.
Edhouse was looking to go the same way.
93. Change to 125.
This would be a Wadey type finish. Wouldn't it? That's what he's so good at. Over the years, he takes out checkouts in those regions, and when it doesn't look like he's going to win the leg, bang, he goes and wins it. Well, the internet tells us it's his 41st birthday today, so happy birthday, Richie.
180.
Older, wiser, more successful and more dangerous than ever on a dartboard, it would appear.
60.
Had never averaged a ton on the European Tour until last weekend when he did it in back-to-back games. And right now, he's closing in on 3-1 up on the great James Wade and averaging 104. Richie Edhouse is in fine form right now.
Richie require 81.
He's only beaten in the last leg decider in the quarterfinals by Stephen Bunting last week. Look at this, 11 darter. Really top stuff from Edhouse.
Well, the positives for James Wade, 100% on the doubles. The negatives, that was his only shot at a double. He is scoring terribly right now.
174.
Richie Edhouse is not doing that.
Well, I said he got better as games went on last weekend. He's getting better in this one.
16.
And she'll not have time to finish then by the time Richie Edhouse gets this one at this rate. That was for a 10 darter. That is a 12 darter. He has won the last 3 legs in 14, 11 and 12. It is an absolute blitz from Richie Edhouse. Been stranded on 135 and 144. Wasn't allowed back to the board.
140.
He is in this leg. Unless Edhouse pops in a big one here. Which he could. 90 left. 90 left.
Treble 14. It's a wonderful setup from Wade, but might not mean anything. 90 can be tricky. 20-odd treble. That leaves the bull. Well, nothing's coming tricky for Richie Edhouse right now. It's another break of throw. He's a leg away. Magnificent. 5 180s for Richie Edhouse.
He has had more 180s than James Wade has had 2 treble visits. It has been an absolute spanking. It has been brilliant from Richie Edhouse. Doesn't get another match start just yet. James Wade.
55.
Can he magic this one up to stay alive? The answer is no. And his thoughts are pretty clear.
405. Richie require 40.
Another chance for Richie Edhouse. Oh, that's a long way off. But it was the perfect marker. And Richie Edhouse has absolutely sailed into round 2. A 103 average against James Wade.
Go to them all, try and qualify for as many as possible and get valuable stage experience. However, if he's going to get through this guy tonight, it's going to take one of his best performances ever. And with it being his second European Tour dart,
139.
he just keeps running into Masters champions. Because the last time he got beaten by Chris Dobey.
He's going to draw Joe Cullen in Graz, isn't he?
somebody who's won it.
59.
Yeah, it has been a tough couple of draws for Gerber Vats because if you are new to the Euro Tour, 48 players in total.
60. Stephen, you require
16 seeds.
80.
The other 24, or 32 I should say, it's an open draw. Could play anyone.
Double top.
Game
And Bunting is off to a very expected start. The 2/3 point here is Stephen. Seen a few Croatians on the European Tour over the years.
126.
Next one off the rank is definitely Romeo. He does live in Germany, but proudly represents Croatia alongside Boris Kruchma.
98. Romeo, you require
He's not doing a great deal wrong here,
121.
Stephen. In fact, he's incrementally getting better. Shots like this might have to go. Bullseye.
96. Stephen, you require 28.
Thirsty work for Bunting. That's an interesting hairdo. Probably his natural colour.
Game shot the
Stephen
fifth leg.
Bunting
Stephen Bunting
makes it 4-1.
Six-legged Romeo to throw third.
When he went off the tour, the best thing that happened to him was Challenge Tour
81.
and some other tournaments away from the PDC. He honed his skills. He's continued since 2021 to hone his mental craft. And look at the results.
136.
Bunting tonight, though, just looks way too good. And he's comfortably averaging just under 100.
57.
And 62% on the
Stephen, you
doubles.
require
This is just what
40.
he's doing at the minute.
He is making the fantastic look routine.
Game shot.
And he is in the
And
second
the
round
match,
of the
Stephen
European
Bunting.
Darts Grand Prix.
He's very much a follower of fashion, is Raymond. If something works for somebody else, he is willing to try it.
Speaking of which, Franz Roach might be our most emo dart player. Certainly this weekend.
85.
Maybe full stop.
Yeah, it's not a new look for him. He's had it the whole time. Yeah, you don't see many dart players with an eyebrow piercing.
100. Franz, you
One in the
require
lip as well.
116.
The nemesis of the airport scanner, Franz Roach. Could take the first leg. Needs treble 19. Which he's got.
Game shot.
How about that, sports fans? Franz Roach takes the opening leg against Raymond van Barneveld. That does mean there are opportunities for host nation qualifiers, none of which will be tour card holders with the change in the rules. So the likes of Franz Roach, the likes of Unterbuchner, the likes of Nico Springer. There are options there. That was an interesting move from Barney, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Starting to see more players do that now. Or is it just me?
95. Raymond, you require 148.
Ooh, that looks all right. He looks very all right, double 14. RVB with a big check out to level the score up. Franz Roach marooned on 81.
Do you know what? That shot gives me PTSD against Barneveld. He hit that against me at the World Cup once.
Chips away. Leave 2 darts for the leg and a 2-1 lead. Raymond is already shaking his head.
60.
All around the
Franz,
treble.
you require 48.
Well, double top for Franz Roach for a 2-1 lead and to keep everything on throw. That won't do him any good.
8.
Neither will that. Now, Raymond van Barneveld has changed his darts already in this game. Do these ones start working? He's already taken out 148. How about a 136? Oh, it doesn't matter about the darts. Class is permanent.
It's not the darts.
I've got a feeling that was a Raymond van Barneveld charge to get to one of the big TV tournaments. Might be the European Championship.
It was.
He somehow kept his hopes alive. And if I remember rightly, I think he then got spanked in the next round. But, yeah, it was heroic stuff. Oh, he reached the semi-finals and lost to Peter Wright.
But he needed to... I think he
Reached
needed to make the final.
Yeah, I think he did. Many stories are played out here in Sindelfingen over the years. The 139 is not going to be added to the list of enormous ton plus checkouts we've already seen, but the 121 could.
Sounds like a dance move. And a 1, and a 2, and a bull. Oh, what's this, man? Seriously? 4-ton plus checkouts in 4 legs. This is crackers.
Well, he won't. Need more.
Take the ton and run.
Oh, no.
Ouch. Raymond will be like a viper that is hungry for mice right now. As soon as he leaves that 99, Raymond's thinking, you're
96.
mine.
Franz, you require 99.
So, word to the wise, Franz, get this hit, otherwise you're going to be 4-2 down.
It can still be done. But we needed the treble. And Franz Rutsch was in a brilliant position to break straight back and level the game. 20 segment. Double 5. Oh, it's really, really good from Raymond van Barneveld. 4 out of 6 on the doubles. He opens up a bit of a lead. First time.
You want to take on a second consecutive world champion in the space of 24 hours. At Franz's level, you've still got to find those eye-popping performances, not just moments. I do wonder what the difference is between those 2 sets.
100.
It might be one of those where it's literally just weight. 2 grams a gram. They don't look vastly different, do they?
They look like the same design. The stem and flight combination is exactly the same. He might just have thought that he needs an extra gram on stage just in case, and it's worked. A treat. Bullseye. It's all over. What a performance that is. On the ton plus finishes from both players, 5 of them.
140, the minimum target here for Dobie. 180 would be good. Right on cue, Chris Dobie in a prime position to steal the darts from Ian White for a second time.
$83. Chris, you require 130.
White just about down to a finish, but Dobie may not stay on the 20s. No, he did. Leaves double 5. And I just wonder, the way he stopped there and looked at the scoreboard, did he realise a bit too late that maybe I didn't need to do that? I've left an awkward double 5 here. Because the 164 is not going to go for Ian White.
101. Chris, you require 10.
This is where things could get awkward. No, his form's too good for it to be awkward.
Chris Dobie.
5 legs in, and Ian White should get his first chance.
100.
Might only be at the
88.
bull. And he's feeding off scraps. He'll have to take whatever he can get. It is the bullseye.
63.
He's not far away,
Chris, you
but not far away against Chris Dobie right now. Just isn't good enough.
He's going to get a dart for 5-0 as long as this doesn't go wrong. And it doesn't. Dancing around the oche, finding his way to double top.
80.
Couldn't take the chance.
Ian, you require 25.
17 for double 4. That's the route. Down for double 2.
23.
And Ian
Chris,
White
you require 40.
will be feeling like the writing, if it's not on the wall yet, it's very, very close.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Chris Dobie.
Well, Ian
Sixth
White
leg,
has had 3
Christopher
darts.
There's no wriggle room for Ian White, though. He knows that one bad leg, even one bad visit, could spell the end.
80.
One bad bounce out could really hurt him.
It's more like a ball ricocheting off a crossbar than a dartboard. Really ferocious bounce.
134. Ian, you require 61.
Bad enough that the former champion is in danger of getting a hammering. Doesn't want to skewer himself with his own equipment while doing so.
43.
And 2 darts missed there. Mean match darts are incoming for Chris Dobie. to beat the 2019 winner of this title for the loss of just one leg, double 8. And Dobie, no problem at all, sweeps Ian White aside. It is a 6-1 win.
Luke Littler played the Premier League in Rotterdam last night. He was eliminated in the quarter-finals, yet still averaged 102. It's not like it was a poor performance. And he looks primed and ready to finish in the top 4 and really have a go at the playoffs, looking for a first PDC major. But Sindelfingen is the focus for him this weekend, and he's looking for a 12-dart start. Double 16. Luke Littler doing Luke Littler things, as the kids would say.
And this is the next generation, and it's now. There are people here tonight who have come to watch this game and this game alone because they want to get a piece of what kind of electricity young Luke brings to a venue like this. I've seen many a superstar on this stage. I cannot remember a Friday night crowd just like this. This has been special.
131.
12-darter could be swiftly followed by an 11.
95.
And if Luke Littler carries on,
56.
then Arno Merck will be swiftly exiting the stage left. Double top. It's an 11-darter for Luke Littler. It is a sensational start. It is an ominous one for the rest of the field.
Yeah, just a little bit of a gap between the averages in the first couple of legs.
At this stage, winning a leg would be a bit of a dream for Arno.
140.
That's better.
113.
54 tops. Not found. So Arno, who has not had a shot at a double yet, should get one from this position. 2 single 20s. Found. Tops.
60.
That was a nervy dart. And he may just pay the price for that miss.
Double 5 again. This time he solves that particular puzzle.
Arno to throw first. Game.
There are people twice his age saying, when I grow up, I want to be Luke Littler, which is a kind of an ironic statement. Hasn't really had to press the turbo at any point since getting that 11-darter in leg 2. It's been good enough darts, and that's all he has to do tonight.
Yeah, since the first 2 legs, it's been first gear stuff from Luke, but it's been enough. This would raise the roof. Tops now. Luke Littler with a wonderful 148. 2 trebles, 18s and tops. That's 2 ton-plus checkouts.
And the groan from the crowd as if to say, come on, that's what we paid our ticket money for. I'd like to say this is Littler working to his hourly rate, but I'm not really sure that's accurate.
41.
However, I have to say, if he gets another leg, it's looking pretty ominous at this point. And he might just set up a 10.
47.
But waiting in the wings for this is a certain Humphreys.
If I wasn't holding a microphone right now, I'd be rubbing my hands together. Luke Littler then for a 10-darter, for a whitewash against Arno Merck. Double 10.
20.
Not over yet.
That was one heck of a deflection, that first dart at tops. He does get those now and again with the long points.
60.
But he is strolling into round 2.
A comfortable stroll into round 2 for Luke the Newt Littler, and all Arno Merck can do is give him a little smirk.
And not as close as Andy Barton's was to Visa, which is the next town over. But he didn't even qualify for that. Schindler's going to be in every single one of these this year now, and possibly he might build up quite the streak over the next few seasons as he finds his first maximum of this first round match.
Well, I know there's a gap between them because Ricardo Pietreczko won the last European Tour event of last year, but the next Euro Tour in which he played, which was the first one of this year in Belgium, he went all the way to the semi-finals and was only beaten by Luke Littler. You might remember it. Certainly Ricardo does.
Yes, on the third leg, Martin Schindler.
I'd be interested to see where Martin goes here on 308. There's a lot more people these days starting on the 60 here.
I'll go in the traditional route, and it's working out quite nicely. Oh.
108. Junior go 148.
Well, it was in the single, so it hasn't cost him a shot at the finish. However, he might not have got one anyway. Van Veen's looking to do what Barney did. And he does. That's the third 148 tonight. One from Littler, one from Barney, now one from Van Veen. 148's a plenty. Was it you that started that phrase of the Germans are coming?
The Germans are coming. They are coming for this game. And they really have come for it in the last few months.
Do you remember when Max Hopp made his debut at the World Match Play and we thought this is a great moment for German darts? This year, there's going to be 3 of them at the World Match Play, and there were 3 in that bed as well.
The Germans aren't coming. They're here. They're winning titles. They're getting to the biggest events in the world.
85. Martin Uruguay.
He's averaging nearly 107, is the wee man. And he's got double 12 for 4-2 in front of his fans, and they are loving this. That's a break of throw. Hold here to find a new PB on the European Tour, because a lot of us believe this is the home of the European Tour. Van Veen will not go out without swinging, but he's already a half dart behind after that, Max, and Schindler is just pulverising the scoring element. 4 maximums, 110 average, still uber focused, and 76 away from being 1 away from Saturday, which promises to be even louder than this.
Double 4. Oh, it would have been back-to-back 12 darters. Look where Van Veen is, though. For all the brilliance of Schindler, Van Veen is sticking with him, just about. But he's not going to take the 1-2-1.
57. Martin Uruguay.
A little number double. The little German winner. To the left. And in. Always going to be left there, because what you've got to do, Dan, is you've got to keep it the same height. He's playing so well at the minute that Xabi Alonso wants to sign him.
Well, in this long career of this tournament, we've seen averages over 110 10 times. And Martin Schindler is threatening to join that list.
We saw a brilliant display earlier from Richie Edhouse. Schindler is making that display look like a 65 average. But Van Veen will not go quietly. He's done really well to leave 94 here. Can he cling on and deny Martin a shot for the match? 19s. And a bullseye.
69.
This will be fairly sweet. This is for the cherry on top of the Knickerbocker glory.
To the 11s. Bullseye for Schindler. Van Veen missed it. Schindler does not. Spectacular from Shindy. Almost 109 average. Heavy going for the pair of them at the minute. Peter Wright has pretty much had one good visit in this game so far.
And yet Mickey's not taking full advantage. 1-2-6 then for Peter Wright. He'll start on treble 19. This could breathe some life into him. Double 6. Peter Wright with a 1-2-6 check out. Didn't seem like there was any prospect of that going, but lest we forget, Peter Wright is a 2-time world champion. Yeah, it's getting to the point where tons will be worth celebrating for both these players. A 180 would leave double 8. That would be nice for Mickey.
82. $97. Mickey, you require 114.
It's advantage Peter Wright for now. Might not be for very long. Double top. Well, both players are doing nothing right, but the three-figure checkouts. Weird game, this.
Peter Wright hit a 180 in the second visit of the match. And aside from that, he is dealing exclusively in tons
83.
and visits of below 100. It is a puzzling game which keeps on going, and you keep thinking somebody's
82.
going to get into
Mickey,
a bit of a groove,
134.
and they steadfastly refuse to.
$58. PT require 113.
Well, all the good stuff in this game has been at the back end of legs. Just to break the Mansell throw. At least tops. Peter Wright back in this game.
Peter Wright.
Well, we've had 5 legs of...
He's hit a single 180. We're well into the 6th leg here.
$140.
Mickey Mansell's going to get chances to break the right throw straight off. That's perfect. And again, he can only find a ton.
Mickey require 36.
And you can see the frustration. You can actively see him. That third dart, he's really tried to give it some, to just give it a chance to join the other one in the treble 20. In the end, he's gone sailing past it. It is hard work for Peter Wright. It's hard work for everybody.
PT require 112.
113 in the last leg. Nearly 112. Double top. This game of darts continues to baffle and bemuse everyone in the Glass Palace tonight.
This is potentially the best leg of the match here.
100.
Wright leaves himself 56. We'll see how disappointed or excited that lady with the snakebite sign is going to be.
Well, for now, excited because
48.
Peter Wright has got a great chance to take us to an 11th leg. Double top. We're going the distance.
He is 71% on the doubles, and that doesn't include the first double of the double-double finish that he attempted and didn't take out.
Even though we've seen good finishing from Peter Wright, this is one where he's got to hit 2 trebles. Man, you've seen that already. Who knows what's going to happen?
100. PT require 164.
Peter Wright has never led in this game. He is not going to win it in this visit. But can he pile some pressure on Mickey Mansell in this 80 finish? He's going to stay there. And picks up another treble. Now then, Mickey Mansell, can you close this out? A game you have led from start to finish, or very close to the finish. 1 dart to win it. At double top. And Mickey Mansell doesn't take his chance, and Peter Wright has somehow got himself match darts.
This will be quite the victory. Has to shuffle across for double 16. Oh, and he can't take it. Millimetres either side of the wire.
Mickey required 40.
The one thing that had been working for him in this game deserts him right at the very end. Mickey Mansell to beat Peter Wright. And he is beaten. It is another former winner of this title who departs on day one.
Clemens has more points to get rid of, but he can get rid of them in 3 darts. You can't do that with 163.
59.
A bit like being on a golf course, you'd much rather have a full sand wedge than half a pitching wedge. Just more comfortable.
83.
It was a good visit until dart 3.
104.
Everybody likes this route, especially if you like tops.
65.
And Rennie does not. That's 4 shots at a double in this match now, and he hasn't hit any.
84 can be tricky without a treble, because it leaves the bullseye. But the bullseye is not tricky for Gabriel Clemens. A real answers on a postcard checkout, because he's been baffing like you wouldn't believe on double 16 and double 8. His wheelhouse, really. He then goes for the middle of the board and makes it look easy.
That's darts in a nutshell. There he goes again. Starting another leg with a max. It's a perplexing 92 average.
140.
The anticipation of the maximum perfectly demonstrated there by one of these vociferous German fans. Come on, Gabe. Oh, yeah. You know you want to. Nine darter. Ja oder nein.
141.
Ah. Oh. He's done what Gilding did. Teased us with 7 perfect darts.
I like the said in Die Hard with a Vengeance. There's a 9. We saw a flatty earlier from Daryl Gurney on this shot, and he executed it perfectly and took the 60 in 2. Gabe decides that that's not part of what he does. But as the crowd sing his name, he's going to need another visit. He's not very happy with that dart. Just wonder how he would have felt had he had that shot at a double 12 in front of this crowd. That would have been almost incredible. That's not.
Instead, yeah, he's reverting to type a little bit. I don't think many in this crowd thought that was going to go the 160.
That would have been out of the clear grey sky. I would have said blue sky, but the sky's been incredibly grey today. And things are looking very grey for Idams, who may be leaving this tournament, his first ever visit to the Glass Palace big stage, with a whimper.
Well, he could take his flights out and still probably give Idams a game. It's just been one-way traffic.
Do you know what I heard somebody say earlier tonight? Is that Luke Littler probably could have beaten Arnold with 2 darts, but the averages actually told the story that he could have. Idams hits this. He'll be relieved. Double top for the cube. There you go. No bagel for the cube. And he's still alive, but only just. That was around about the time where we were just getting to know Gabe Clemens. He made the later stages of the World Masters. And it's looking very likely that 6-1 might be the scoreline in favour of him this time.
82. Gabili requires 66.
He's been put under very little pressure throughout this game. That leaves 21, so probably going to be 5-8-8.
50.
One match dart has come and gone.
Thought he was going to get a little bit of blackjack at the end there with a 21 check out in 2. But what do you do on 16?
140.
You don't twist,
16.
you stick.
What he's generally done with 16 is miss, but he doesn't miss this time. Gabriel Clemens with, it's fair to say, a bit of an up and down performance.